Dear viewers, this is Shashank and you are watching HW News English. The much awaited Shiv Sena Dussehra rally today came to an end. Now it is concluded. Just like last year, both factions of the Shiv Sena, that is the Eknath Shinde led Shiv Sena and the Uddhav Thackeray led Shiv Sena, conducted their Dussehra rallies. Now, in their speeches, respective speeches, they made multiple points. A lot of agendas were set. Let us discuss that. I was on ground from Dadar's Shivaji Park. I was tracking the Uddhav Thackeray rally, and our consultant editor, Mr. Sanjay Jog, was tracking the Eknath Shinde the Shera rally. So we are going to discuss what they said in their speeches and what are the takeaways from this rally. Sanjay sir, what I witnessed over here was that Mr. Uddhav, on the onset, he thanked Manoj Jarange Patil, the Maratha activist, for continuing his agitation. Also, today is the last day of the ultimatum, the date that Manoj Patil had given to the government to announce the reservation for the Maratha community. However, no comment from the government side has yet to come. There is no comment from the government yet. Besides this, one more thing which Uddhav multiple times used in his speech was he spoke about the dynasty politics. Very smartly, he said that in Hindu culture, it is a very common practice that father and son are from the same profession. So, what is the problem if the son is eligible for the position? He also gave the example of Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud, that D.Y. Chandrachud's father was the longest serving CGI of India. Mr. Y.V. Chandrachud was the CGI, and now Mr. Chandrachud, D.Y. Chandrachud is also the CGI. Besides this, Uddhav also multiple times challenged the government to announce for the elections. Surprisingly, regarding the disqualification petitions, he did not spoke much. Rather, he said that whenever you want to give the for the speaker, he said whenever you want to give the decision, you can give. But if you gave it, if the elections are announced before the decision, then it would be even better. The people of Maharashtra would themselves decide that who is the real Shiv Sena. Besides this, if you see, Uddhav Thackeray also slammed the government on the Gujarat, the projects from Maharashtra going to Gujarat. Also, the welcome the Pakistani team got during the World Cup. If you know, he also recalled the time when Mr. Bal Thackeray had opposed Pakistani cricketers from coming to India and playing the sport over here. Besides this, he also set the narrative for the upcoming Lok Sabha elections, because this is going to be the last Dussehra rally before this Lok Sabha election. Now, the new Lok Sabha, the next Dussehra rally will happen after the new Lok Sabha is in place. Now he said that whoever you bring to power, he appealed to the people that whoever you bring to power should be an alliance government. One party should not be given so much power. He also gave the examples of P.V. Narasimha Rao, Mr. Vajpayee, Mr. Manmohan Singh, the previous PMs who had a coalition government. Roughly, this was about what I experienced at Uddhav's rally. Besides the speech, what I saw was a lot of people from a lot of Muslim community. People from Muslim community were present in large numbers to express support to Uddhav Thackeray. Now, if you see, this was not the case before the split. Last year also we saw it. This year I think even more we what we saw. Other than this, we also saw some visuals that Shiv Sainiks across Maharashtra had come here. Some had even bought tiffins from their homes. So there was no arrangements from the side of Shiv Sena for these Shiv Sainiks. Whatever they did for their liking, their love for their party leader Uddhav Thackeray. So this is something. These visuals, these optics are very positive ahead of elections. Because these kind of uh, pictures are generally perceived positive for the opposition parties. Because if you see, Uddhav Thackeray has constantly been riding on the sympathy wave. Today, one more thing, he also listed out the work he did in COVID. During COVID, there was a lot of people from Maharashtra connected to him as a guy next door, as he used to call him, the Kutumba Pramukh, the, the head of the family. People looked up to him as a leader during COVID times. And he also said that this time around, what happened in Nanded, the same healthcare system was there. What he said about the police, what happened during the Maratha reservation time. So the same police was there when Uddhav Thackeray was in power. He never announced a lathi charge. So this was what I experienced at Uddhav Thackeray's rally. Overall, around 1 hour he spoke, and I think it was worth the wait. It was a treat for the Shiv Sainiks who waited in the scorching heat. They came in and they sat for hours for the leader to speak, and it was, I think, worth the wait for the Shiv Sainik. Now, I would like to give it up to you, Sanjay sir, if you could you could spread some light on
Yeah,
the.
Shashank, let me start with there are a lot of pluses and there are a lot of minuses when it comes to Uddhav Thackeray's rally. The first, very interestingly, as expected, he wanted to charge up his Shiv Sainik. He wanted to instill the confidence. He wanted to tell them very firmly that even though he is out, he is certainly not down. He wants to fight and he wants, all those Shiv Sainik, the hardcore Shiv Sainiks to remain with him and accompany with him, basically to teach a lesson to quote unquote gaddars or traitors. Secondly, very interestingly, as expected, he just hammered, laid a scathing attack on BJP Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Eknath Shinde without naming him, of course, and all those Sainiks who have left him, deserted him, basically, and joined hands with BJP. Thirdly, expected, he went on also, attacking both the BJP as well as Shinde, basically chasing Uddhav Thackeray and his team, those who have remained with him, and basically continuing with their roaring about holding series of probes and investigations. Some of them have already begun to fix them. Fourthly, very interestingly, he said that the time is opportune and very right that a party, means particularly BJP, should not be voted to power and it will be dangerous basically to save the democracy and the autonomy of the institutions, various institutions. So, as you rightly said, he said the coalition government is the only major alternative where all parties encompassing can think of saving the constitution, saving the judiciary, and ultimately saving the democracy. But such a brutal power resting with one party won't be healthy for a country like India at this point in time. Fifth, very interestingly, he said that when there are core issues like unemployment, inflation, the farm distress, and couple of others are growing, the BJP-led government wants to distract it by giving goody-goody examples and making a lot of noise about their various schemes. Some of them are just a kind of a flop and a failure. They are nothing but advertisement briskly. Very interestingly, further, he said that their Hindutva, means the Uddhav Thackeray-led Shiv Sena's Hindutva is real. Although, like he was attacking BJP for terming how he has surrendered to Congress NCP, the same charge made by Eknath Shinde also for the sake of power. He said nothing doing. My Hindutva is basically encompassing all. It is a kind of a Rashtriyatva, it is of nationality and nationalism, and which he is sticking to. Then he gave the example that when there were the deaths happening, oxygen was not available during the Corona period in Uttar Pradesh, in Gujarat, and a couple of BJP ruled states. Maharashtra came out as the model, wherein which was also held by World Health Organization and a couple of institutes, basically for effectively handling Corona. Then he dared the Mahayuti government to go ahead with whatever the probe they are conducting right now. But at the same time, he said that if they are holding this investigation into the BMC, the manner in which they have handled this corona, they should also look at other corporations where they have a power, like they used to have a power, like Nagpur, Thane, and couple of other. And the last but not the least, what he said is that very interestingly, basically the Maratha reservation issue, Dhangar reservation issue, OBC does not want, somebody else should encroach on their territory, so also tribals. So in that way, he thanked Manoj Jarge Patil, who has emerged as a kind of very, effective leader to pursue the cause of Maratha reservation. But today he made a statement that he is also in support of Dhangars who are demanding the reservation. At the same time, Uddhav thanked him for continuing with the peaceful agitation, despite, he also wrecked up the issue of the Laki charge, which we held when he sat on indefinite strike on 1st of basically, the first 30th or 1st of September or whatever, when that incident took place. What I have to drive home the point here is that Mr. Thackeray is determined, despite all odds, to pull, all his might, bring together the like-minded parties. That's why he strongly justified the formation of India bloc while criticizing Mr. Modi, terming him the entire India bloc as Indian Mujahideen and whatnot. And he also asked the people, do you really like this such kind of a prime minister who is not only criticizing India bloc but terming them like India Mujahideen and are having a kind of a terrorist link and whatnot. So I think the major takeaway is that Uddhav Thackeray is not at all relenting. He is definitely in a fighting mood. He wants India bloc basically to put up a very strong fight against BJP in Maharashtra as well as at the country level, and that's why he repeatedly dared basically for the BJP and Mahayuti government to hold the elections, and that to simultaneous elections for the local bodies as well as Lok Sabha. And the last but not the least, he went on saying that his Hindutva is not fake, his Hindutva is very much what Mr. Balasaheb Thackeray has thought of, and in fact, he ridiculed BJP and Eknath Shinde
Yes,
for
I think
taking
there is a
backtalking
network
about this.
issue from your side.
Hello, hello, am I audible?
Okay,
Hello,
yeah. You can hear me,
am I
sir?
audible? I think there is a problem with you.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Sanjay sir.
So this is
Yes,
when it
yes,
comes to
yes.
Uddhav Thackeray.
You
Now
are.
let me talk to
Hello.
Eknath Shinde. For the first time, Shashank, Eknath Shinde laid a frontal and direct attack on Uddhav Thackeray. He said to grab power and to remain in power, he sacrificed with Hindutva, he sacrificed with Balasaheb Thackeray thoughts, and he said he may merge with the Congress at any point in time to remain in power. Then he went on, hammering or leading a scathing attack on Uddhav Thackeray, basically for joining hands with socialists and a couple of other organizations. But he said, the guy who has, had just dreamt of power, instead of giving an ordinary Shiv Sainik a power, he just came and, and then he asked also who told Mr. Sharad Pawar to name and to suggest his name as the chief minister. So by and large, Eknath Shinde was very scathing, laid a blistering attack, and he is not at all, deterred by Uddhav Thackeray's repeated attack about, illegal chief minister, unconstitutional chief minister, Khoke Sarkar or Gaddar. He in fact termed Uddhav Thackeray as a Mahagaddar, a big traitor, who ditched Balasaheb Thackeray's thought, who ditched basically Hindutva to join hands with Congress and NCP to form the government. More than that, he, in between, he stopped his speech and went to the statue of Chhatrapati Shivaji and he's sworn in by Chhatrapati Shivaji, saying that, basically, this is basically to counter or response in response to Manoj Jarange Patil's that call for indefinite strike until this Maratha reservation is provided. So he said, I am sworn by Chhatrapati Shivaji that this government is committed to provide Maratha reservation, which will stand the legal scrutiny. I think this is definitely something which is very important, gesture and optic that Eknath Shinde has given during this meeting, and which is quite interesting because today is the last day for that 40 days deadline which is over. From tomorrow, Jarange Patil is going to sit on indefinite strike. He has said either a victory procession will be taken out or his funeral. So by and large, Eknath Shinde was very vocal, very frontal in attacking, leading a frontal attack against Uddhav Thackeray and basically saying that the real Shiv Sena is gathered here while they are just, the Shiv Sena who are surrendered basically to remain in power or chasing power by joining hands with the Congress, NCP, Socialists, and what other party. And the last but not the least, Eknath Shinde said, he is the guy who has, basically going by Balasaheb Thackeray's teaching, and the thoughts, basically has taken a lot of, this thing, offenses on his head. And at the same time, he remained with Hindutva. He did not sacrifice with the Hindutva, and that's why he just left power basically and joined hands with the BJP because that was the mandate given by the voters after 2019 elections. On the other hand, Uddhav had just ditched that mandate and joined hands with Congress and NCP. So putting both the rallies together, I think this is in the run-up to the Lok Sabha election. A stage is set for more and more such, scathing attacks, claims and counterclaims that is going to be seen and witnessed by the voters in Maharashtra in the days to come.
Sanjay sir, one more very interesting thing which I have observed is that Uddhav Thackeray is now raising more and more national issues. His approach is no longer limited to Maharashtra. Like what he said that if you want to investigate, also investigate the PM CARES
PM
fund,
scares,
just not
yes.
yeah. So just not limit your investigation to the COVID alleged COVID scam BMC what they are investigating. Investigate PM CARES. He also he direct on a direct approach regarding the nepotism. Also, he said that we accept that if we are eligible and if we are doing for the welfare of Maharashtra, then what's wrong and what is happening at that side? Like he gave example without naming, he gave a lot of examples. Do you think that Uddhav is now aiming at a much larger picture, and there might be chances that he might fight a Lok Sabha seat or something of that sort?
No, 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 no. He, no doubt, that's why Sanjay Raut clearly said, the government of the day is going to be Shiv Sena led in Maharashtra, and also look at the national level, Shiv Sena will be playing a crucial role for the
Exactly.
formation of the next government. It's nothing, unnatural for Uddhav, basically to rake up the issues involving a national one at the same time hitting at the state issue. Thirdly, very interestingly, he has been directly taking on Prime Minister Narendra Modi. That is really, very interesting when it comes to Uddhav Thackeray basically positioning himself as one of the key players in the India bloc. And he has proved to be because he was a kind of a host for the India bloc meeting which held in Mumbai recently. Thirdly, very interestingly, Uddhav has been asking about, and basically questioning BJP's, basically policies to engineer splits in the opposition parties and grab power, but at the same time remain silent on the utilization and use of funds under the PM Care Fund. And also, he told the Shimsenik to stage Ghera of insurance companies. No, don't attack them, but to see that the farmers get the funds which they are unable to get because of some stringent norms and rules. So that way also he attacked the PM Kisan Fund insurance scheme, and also it's basically bringing the into the fore the nitty gritties which is not helping farmers but which is going against their interests. So, very interestingly, on the one hand, Uddhav is on a kind of a rampage, attacking BJP and Modi. On the other hand, interestingly, look at it. Eknath Shinde was, my God, after showering praise and respect to Balasaheb Thackeray, he was all the way, showering praise on Prime Minister Narendra Modi, his leadership, and the nine-year BJP-led government at the center. And he went on expressing very clearly that in 2024 election, it is Prime Minister Narendra Modi under his leadership, the new government will be formed, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi's leadership cannot be challenged, and that way he ridiculed Uddhav Thackeray and India Bloc. So it's very interesting in both the rallies, as I told and I also wrote today, the clear mood was basically to decide and to outline what will be the strategies in the run up to the Lok Sabha elections, how they are going to take on each other, and how Mahavikas Agadi in Maharashtra or India Bloc Agadi, and on the other hand, Mahayuti in case of Maharashtra and India at the national level are going to be pitted against each other to basically drive home their own points and increase their reach out to the voters. I think we'll have to wait for more time how they are going to further evolve their strategies.
Sanjay sir, just like you said, that Uddhav Thackeray very openly, very blisteringly attacked the Eknath Shinde, let's just say, and the BJP Prime Minister Modi. But one person which a lot of people were expecting, his Shiv Senics were expecting what they told us, and also a lot of journalists were discussing whether he would touch on that point or not. That was Mr. Ajit Pawar's induction. So he just took a slight dig that just like we see in advertisements that there's an advertisement of Akshay Kumar and Shah Rukh Khan and Ajay Devgan. Just like we have three people, without naming, he said that they like Kamla Pasand and these people like Kamla. So that was a small dig. Besides that, nothing on Ajit Pawar. Nothing much on Ajay. One thing I think regarding the 70,000 crore scam he told. But no scathing attacks on Ajit Pawar. Why?
No, no, Shashank, there is no point, attacking Ajit Pawar. For Uddhav Thackeray, the major target is BJP and Eknath Shinde. Ajit Pawar is a third, partner in the present Mahayuti government. So he is not, giving much of importance to Ajit Pawar. Instead, he has clearly indicated he is going to step up attack against Prime Minister, against BJP and Eknath Shinde, terming them, basically terming Shinde and other 39 as Gaddars, and basically those who are sacrificing the interests of the country are the real anti-nationals. So I think for him, Ajit Pawar comes quite, in the last kind of a segment. Instead, his focus is going to be on BJP, on Prime Minister and Eknath Shinde. I don't think they will give much of a credence and importance to Ajit Pawar. While on the other hand, Sanjay Raut had a dig. He claimed that very recently in the Prime Minister at his address in Madhya Pradesh has clearly raked up the issue of 70,000 crore irrigation scam and 25,000 crore scam in the Maharashtra State Cooperative Bank. But immediately after that, on July 2nd, Ajit along with 8 others were sworn in. So that's how he exposed, how BJP's claim of zero tolerance for corruption is, and how BJP instead is giving a shelter to the corrupt people, and it's like a washing machine that is being used. So by and large, Uddhav, for Uddhav, Ajit Pawar will come late. I mean, quite at the last this thing when it comes to criticizing this entire scheme of thing. But his target is going to be BJP, Modi, and Eknath Shinde.
Sanjay sir, one last question before we end this session. Uh, Today is the last day of the ultimate. Today was the last day of the ultimatum of Manoj Jarange Patil, Maratha activist. Now, this agitation has had a large impact. It still has a large impact wherever Mr. Patil visited for his rallies, even in Pune or wherever he visited. We saw huge crowds. Now these kinds of crowds nowadays we don't even see in political rallies. So
Shashank,
he
even
has a
that
huge
that
impact.
even both the senas cannot match what the crowd and the mobilization Manoj Charange had. You know, it's quite interesting. Just to tell you that, confirm and unconfirmed reports from Antar Savli, that is in Jalna, then Rajguru Nagar, and couple of other. He was drawing a crowd in lakhs and crore. And while compared with this, the today's rallies had a minimal crowd. So, I mean, Manoj Jarange had just outsmarted, outspaced, both Shiv Sena led by Uddhav Thackeray as well as Eknath Shinde. And as you rightly say, right now, Manoj Jarange Patil is a kind of, a center of attraction and an attention for youth, for Maratha community people, and by and large, each and every party is keeping a close eye on his movement. You asked about today is the last day of that 40 days kind of a deadline that has been set. It is true. But look at today's statement. Mr. Fadnavis has made yesterday, that has been appeared by print Marathi papers, is that okay, government is committed to provide Maratha reservation, but it cannot be done in haste. Everybody knows that. There are angles and counter angles. Mr. Narayan Rane has clearly opposed giving, that could be certificate so that, the Marathas will be entitled to get this reservation kind of benefits. It's not. There is no unanimity within the government. One committee that Shinde led, Judge Shinde led committee is yet to come out with his report. On the other hand, the OBCs are not at all ready to compromise on, touching their reservation. On the other hand, Dhanigars, they want a reservation from tribal community, the quota, through which about 21 odd tribals recently made president of India, and also they held meeting in Mumbai, clearly giving a warning to the state government that they will not tolerate any kind of encroachment into their territory. So it's definitely a very kind of a challenging moment for Mahayuti government. And on the other hand, opposition will definitely try to reap the fruits out of it, because when MVA government was there, they were all the time targeted by BJP in particular, ridiculing that MVA government is not serious about the restoration of the Maratha quota, as well as the OBC reservation that is to be applicable in the local bodies, which ultimately was done after the Madhya Pradesh's result, the judgment came in from the Supreme Court. So by and large, Manoj Jarange Patil is going to call the shots in the coming days. But as I said, Mr. Shinde stepped, out basically from his, for a little while from his speech, and took the oath in the name of Shivaji, Chhatrapati Shivaji, saying that he and the government is committed to provide Maratha reservation, but that will stand the legal scrutiny. So I think we'll have to wait and see how the situation will develop and evolve in the days to come. Whether there will be some kind of, the government of India's intervention that is expected, what the things will take shape, I think we'll have to see and wait and ultimately do our analysis. But one thing is very certain and sure, Manoj Jarange Patil is not at all ready to relent. Instead, he wants this entire issue to be resolved now and now. So we'll have to see how the government tackles the situation in the days to come.
Also, Sanjay sir, Ajit Pawar yesterday in a speech said that just like Bihar, there should be a caste census in Maharashtra. So I don't think the BJP really likes that idea. So if you could
No, Shashank,
shed some
this
light
is
on
quite interesting. I mean, BJP or Mr. Shinde would have not thought of Ajit Pawar. Considering some, he recently had a meeting about the Muslim reservation thing also. Some Muslim community leader, and he is giving a lot of, this thing kind of, gesture, saying that, he is in favor of restoration of Muslim reservation, basically in the educational sector. At the same time, when he made a statement about the caste-based census, I think it has, the both BJP and Shinde have got unaware That's quite unusual about Mr. Ajit Pawar, because he all the time goes on saying, even though they have joined hands with Shinde and Fadnavis, they have not sacrificed the thoughts of basically Shahu Phule Ambedkar. That is quite progressive thought when it comes to Maharashtra. So I think, but today again, Mr. Fadnavis has made a statement which has been carried by Marathi papers as that, fine, we will go ahead with the caste-based census, but what has happened in Bihar. So we are looking into certain anomalies and lapses when it was those who have come to the fore after this caste-based census had taken place. So by and large, even though Mr. Ajit Pawar has made this kind of a statement, which Congress and NCP has picked up, you are saying that it has to be done now and then, but it will take time. Whether they will be able to take a call ahead of Lok Sabha elections, that is to be seen, because that will be a kind of a turning point for Mahayuti government to take on MVA and counter them effectively. I think for that we'll have to wait, because nobody is in a position right now, neither Congress, in fact, neither BJP nor Shinde-led Shiv Sena or nor Ajit Pawar-led NCP are in a mood or in a kind of a position to say firmly that the government will go ahead with caste-based census. But at least Ajit Pawar has initiated a kind of a debate within the government. That itself is an important development, and that we have to take a certain notice about that.
So is it safe to say that Ajit Pawar's statement has landed the other two partners of the Mahayuti in a spot?
I don't think so. In politics, if Mr. Pawar has made Ajit Pawar has made a statement, so he is also positioning himself in this entire scheme of things. He feels that he is neglected, because recently there were news that his wings have been clipped. The files that was clearing as finance minister, because deputy chief minister has no constitutional validity. He is simply just a minister, cabinet minister in the council of ministers, and he has to report to the chief minister. So the reports were that all the powers that his file will be clear and immediately will go to the chief minister. I think there is one thing which has come in now in between. It will be now routed to deputy chief minister Devendra Fadnavis, and then it will go to the chief minister. So by and large, he wants to definitely show and assert that, ki boss, as I have joined this government, my say will definitely matters, and my importance, his importance cannot be belittled. That could be one of the things behind Ajit Pawar making this statement. I think, Shashank, by and large, these are the scenarios which have emerged at today's two rallies, and I think we'll have to end with it, keeping the voters and people to remain alert and to what will be the scenarios that will emerge in the days to come.
Okay. Thank you very much, Sanjay sir, for joining in. Viewers,
Thanks,
this
Shashank.
was our attempt. Viewers, this was our attempt to bring out some of the takeaways from both the Shinde-led Shiv Sena's Dussehra rally and Uddhav Thackeray's Dussehra rally. We hope we could provide you with insights. The entire live stream has also happened on our channel, which you can also view. We are going to keep you posted on any updates in Maharashtra. But for that, you have to subscribe to HW News English. If you need any analysis on Maharashtra politics, then you can let us know in the comment section. We can discuss with our consultant editor, Mr. Sanjay Jo. Thank you.
Thank you.